say thanks, Bob, that's the grand. Yeah. Right, so, thank you for your kind words, Bob. That was added in my speech, hopeful anticipation and confidence on there. Right, so on behalf of my wife and I, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to spend a special day with us. It really wouldn't be the same without you all. It would be a lot cheaper. Thank you so much for your gifts. Both of us have been blown away for your generosity, so thank you so much.
That's already.
Right, so there's going to be a number of toasts in my speech. I make no apologies for it, so just make sure glasses in charge, please. My aim is to make sure you don't remember any of Scott's speech. You do it without that, I'm sure you'll be harsh on me. Right, so first of all, get out of the way, one more regret for today is there's a few people who can't be with us today. First of all is my nana, and Mary and Tom, Mary Tom, very affectionately known by. She was in church today and singing, she put us all to shame. So first toast for everyone is for people that couldn't be with us. Now, this wonderful reception as a result of me getting down on one knee and then both asking Bob. He's going to go to me for this. The next bit of my speech was going to be about Bob not holding the camera. He's a wedding photographer, but actually that he didn't manage that for today, so yeah. Seriously though, I can't thank you Susan enough for your warmth and generosity. Truly welcoming your home and your family. I don't think I've ever left your house with an empty stomach. You're extending your generosity to everyone else today, and thanks for raising such a beautiful, talented daughter and giving her away to me today. Maybe a little bit too willingly. You can trust me when I say that I've always loved and protected your daughter. Come on, mother, right, so Mum and Dad, I wish your cue Keith, but I don't know. Mum and Dad. So I want to thank you for producing such an exceptional young man. You missed your cue. Shut up. There are no words to describe how grateful I am for everything you've done. So all I can say is that I'm very proud to be your son. So my next toast is to our mum and dads.
Mum and Dad.
At this point we have gifts for the two mums. Right, so I never thought I would get married. Even if I had a local paper once, just say wife wanted. They all laugh. I've got 100 replies, they all say it. You can have mine. Obviously this is how me and Jen met. I met Jen at Hazel and Steve's wedding. After a few months passed, I knew that she was the one for me. I remember it very clearly actually. It was a Saturday, very rare Saturday of work. And I said to Jen, what do you want to do today? She says, well, soccer Saturday's on and maybe we can go for caves for dinner. Pretty much that for me. might have made that up a little bit. To Jen, I just want to say thank you for all the hard work you've put in today. The card with the spreadsheets, all the countless hours. Everything today has come together as a result of your hard work, so you truly deserve it all. So thank you very much. So when I did propose to Jen, she hesitated slightly. At first I thought she was unsure, and it turns out she was already counting how many vegetarians were going to be coming today. I think we'll all agree how stunning Jen is today. Nothing could have prepared me for nothing could have prepared me for when Jen walked down the aisle today. Thank you for marrying me, making me the proudest of my life. I can't describe how happy I am to call you my wife, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you. So this was hammered into me. I had to make sure I toasted it right. Of course I would never forget this. So ladies and gentlemen, please, I'm not going to mention. Right, so can you please be upstanding and raise your glasses to remind you of life.
Today.
Thank you now. So, first of all, the bridesmaids, I have to say you all look stunning today. I want to say thank you very much to everyone that really did support Jen, and not to single her out, won't be mentioned anyways, Laura. So Laura's like my hero. Truly is my hero. She is always there for Jen when I can't be, or when Jen wants to kill me.
Every day.
So, ladies and gentlemen, toast to the ladies. The next one's ushers. We can also say I've never seen ushering like that before. I've nothing else to say about these. I'd also like to thank everyone at the Brigadoon for putting on a fantastic reception. Can honestly say we'll be forever in your debt. I kind of dropped a bit late there. It's not that long a speech. Now the last thing, I've forgotten, I'm sorry. The last thing to tell you all about is about Scott. You've not had a lot to do today, except for stand saying you look good, and sadly you kind of failed that. Clearly, as far as looks go, you kind of got the wrong deal.
You talking about that there too then?
More like twins than we are. So thanks for organising that amazing stag do. I really enjoyed myself, so did everyone else. I'm sure there'll be some stories that will be forever spoken about. You're always there when someone needs you, providing all they want is a drinking buddy. And obviously all this drink over the years has had a major impact, particularly the memories surrounding what I'm involved in. Obviously it goes without saying, stories you may remember. There's absolutely a reasonable explanation. Honestly, there's a version of it Scott will tell you that is the truth. Alright, it doesn't matter for you, Jen, you say that you do, so it's alright. Alright, but Scott's always been there for me when I needed him most, so ladies and gentlemen, to my best man and my best brother, my best friend. Thank you very much. That's me, you're talking Scott.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final speaker this evening is a Jen Hampshire. There is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Round of applause for your best man squad!
Before I start, I promise there will be one toast at the end. Good afternoon, everyone. before I go any further, I better let you all know, I had a bit of a heavy night last night. Excuse me. I thought we maybe shouldn't have stayed out to the early hours of the morning, but I had to stay out and look after Stuart, didn't want to leave him drinking on his own. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Scott, Stuart's twin. We can talk about the twin thing later. It's an honour and a privilege to have been asked today to be best man, but somehow I think you might regret it when you land. On behalf of the whole wedding party, I'd like to thank Stuart and Jen for asking us to be part of the most important day of their lives. I know you put a huge amount of effort into planning today, especially Jen. I can only hope that, apart from this speech, everything else exceeded your expectations. On behalf of the bridesmaids, I'd like to thank Stuart for his kind words, but I would like to also warn you that it's the last time you'll ever get away with complimenting women in front of your new wife. So on to Stuart. I asked Jen, what's the you most like about Stuart? And the answer was, he's always thinking about others. This is something that's warmly welcomed by Jen in every place apart from the bedroom. Sorry, mate. So as I said earlier, Stuart and I are twins. Stuart's always been a mummy's boy. Even before we were born, I popped out first. Stuart decided to let Mother have a cup of tea for 10 minutes before he arrived. So on the 29th of August 86, the carnage was to start. So I'll take you through a few things, a few mischievous things either Stuart or both of us have done since then. It's not that bad, at just 2-year-olds, both Stuart and I, we ripped up our beanbags, decided to chuck up the polystyrene balls over the banisters, singing, "It's snowing, it's snowing." At 2.5, I climbed up the top of Mum and Dad's wardrobe while they were sleeping, got my Mum and Dad's great granny's china, sorry, my Mum's great granny's china, down where they were sleeping. Stuart there helped at the bottom break it all. While saying broke, Mother woke up to a side plate and a couple of saucers.
So funny.
I don't think my papa knows that, and my nana definitely didn't get to find that out. At nursery, Stuart was different from all the other 4-year-olds. He was 9. I'm doing my own one.
Stevie's cracking me.
I'm drinking some frozen juice because there's no red wine yet. Believe it or not, both me and Stuart used to fight like cat and dog. Anyway, Stuart would spend most of his days and nights during the summer holidays playing Street Fighter on the Sega Mega Drive. Shortly after, every time he was playing, he would try and get the moves on me. Before we'd hear Mum scream out, "Take his bloody glasses off before you hit him." We did go through a few pairs of glasses over the years before I started taking them off him. On the other side, if he took them off first, that meant rage, and I wouldn't be long getting up into the bathroom. Although we did fight like cat and dog, there would be times when we would team up in Debbie. We used to treat her like a man. We often still do. I wonder why. Mum would often find us bring her to submission before she could just hear her scream. And I'm no joke, I mean scream. Until one day we decided to lock her in the rabbit hutch. This is when we realised how she could actually really scream. And I think if I'm right, I think Dad did lock me in the watch. Throughout primary and secondary school, we went on holidays abroad every year. The 5 of us, Jude, Keith, Grant and Joe. Throughout the years, we had some fantastic holidays, but looking over them all, I can only find 2 things in common. Me, Grant and Stuart writing Dork and Dad's chest with football.
Ain't that the truth?
Another thing, Stuart wandering off. Somewhere while we were out and about, we could be walking along shops, and he literally would just drift off, for the rest of us not to notice for half an hour. Now we'd spend the next 2 to 4 hours trying to find him. To this day, he still does this. And Jen, I wouldn't be surprised if he wanders off to his Uncle John's bedroom into his bed from last night, just after the first dance tonight. So once leaving school, Stuart started working for the co-op, where he remains there to this day, below a wee bit further up the ladder. I asked 6 members of his staff, who some are here today, for some dirt, or some shit, or however we want to say it, on him. Now the general consensus from them all was he's never there to do anything wrong.
I'm watching Jen, I'm telling you.
It's quite bad when the cue card says ISP. Anyway, so earlier I said I would come back to the twin thing. So when Stuart started to make alcohol, he inherited the nickname ISP, or should I say International Sex Pest. You'll understand in a minute why. So back to the twin thing. Stuart decided to hook up with one of the Womfrey twins, back when I think we were around about 20. A week before Moffat's show, he went with the first one. A week later, he went with the second one on Moffat's show night. Now he insisted back then that he thought it was the same one. He further went on to have a relationship with the first one. Now if you ask me, he made one of the biggest mistakes of his life. He should have tried to get with them before that relationship. But that's just me. Shortly after Stuart and the first twin split up, that was when he really earned the ISP nickname. Mum spent many a Sunday morning seeing the back end of a lady walking down St Ninian Road starting to walk the train. So eventually we thought he was going to calm down, but when we were at Hazel and Stephen's wedding nearly 2 years ago to this day, he was at it again. But this time, it would be when he'd meet his future wife.
Aww.
2 years has passed, and we're here today to celebrate with the bride and groom the hanging up of the nickname ISP until further notice. Before I give the bride and groom a few words of advice, I'd like them to help me out with this one. Jen, can you put your left hand flat on the table? Sure, can you put your right hand on top of Jen's hand?
You up to Scott?
This is the last time you will ever have the upper hand in your relationship. I'm only going to give you both one wee bit of advice each. Sure, there's only 3 words you need to know now. You're right, dear. Jen, a husband is like laying a nice hardwood floor in your living room. Lay it correctly and you can walk all over it. Here's to love, laughter and happiness as Stuart and Jen start their new life together. Please stand with me and toast the new husband and wife.
Straight